Hello and welcome back to another Warlords of Draenor video. This time we're going to be talking about the max level content. Now this includes what I'm assuming is the equivalent of factions and the replacements for dailies, and overall I'm actually very excited to bring this news to you because it's really good and it should fix a lot of the problems that there were with early Mists of Pandaria. So from Cataclysm to Mists of Pandaria, they wanted more things to do at maximum level. So more than just dungeons and more than just raiding, things to do in the outside world. And well, in Mists of Pandaria they of course went absolutely overboard with daily quests. They made the mistake that thinking perhaps by having a different set of quests each day, that this would mean people wouldn't get burnt out. In fact, it did not help whatsoever. People got burnt out, nobody had a great deal of fun, and it was extremely damaging to the game. That quarter we lost 1.3 million subscribers. Blizzard saw that, Blizzard responded to that with patch 5.3 and patch 5.4 with more dynamic content. And the excellent news is this is going to continue as we move forward. They said that there will be little, if any, daily quests. So, they said they like the progressive storylines of patch 5.1 and 5.2. And they like the way that you get a new quest every few days, so there's always something to take you back to the zone, but not every day, just every once in a while. And they also think that the open-ended stuff, like in the Timeless Isles, worked out very well in terms of gameplay and just keeping things more engaging. Now, they did say they think the Timeless Isles perhaps could have done with a little bit more direction in terms of the content. I do agree with them in that assertion, and this probably means we're going to have a little bit more direction with when it comes to the high-level PvE stuff. So I think that's quite good. What they want to do is marry these two in a free-form content sort of structure that will have long-term stories and plenty of free-form stuff. Now what's cool about this is that it's probably going to tie into reputations. I'm going to assume rep is still in there, and hopefully this rep is done in a way that you get rep for a faction for doing cool things, like say the faction is transporting goods across a zone, maybe you defend their caravan, or maybe they're soldiers in a battle, so you fly down and try to defend them, or perhaps there's a world event. And they did say some of this new dynamic content can be multi-staged, it can be a raid boss, it can be stuff like that. So they definitely have a lot of potential when it comes to doing things with new factions, and just really making the endgame PvE experience for people who really don't want to be jumping into dungeons and raids. They can do a lot for making that interesting. Now there's also environmental gameplay. They said a lot of things like treasure trove, sort of like the style of the treasure trove room in patch 5.2, and this essentially means using your class's abilities in the outdoor world to play to the advantages of your class. So if you're really good, say you're a hunter and you're a really good hunter, well, then you can use the abilities of your class, like maybe deterrencing through high damage or disengaging over a cliff to, well, maybe not a cliff because you just fly, but you know what I mean, to, say, survive something and get maybe access a new chest or something like that, something cool at the end. This is another form of cool environmental gameplay which really gets players out into the world, and more importantly, it makes the world a far more engaging part of gameplay. At the minute, the world isn't really the most engaging part of your gameplay. The world merely just feels like some nice fancy artwork that goes with the menu system, because at the end of the day, so much of World of Warcraft has been turned into a menu system in Mists of Pandaria. Right now, they're doing a big focus on making things non-menu focused, and this is so good, in my opinion. Now, in terms of the PvP systems, there's the usual battlegrounds, etc. You've all seen my video on that, hopefully. If you haven't, go take a look at it. But another cool thing is that there is an open world PvP zone. It's called, I've forgotten the name, but it's near the Dark Portal. It's a little island, and well, it's a decent-sized island, and this place has got loads of dynamic events similar to the ones I mentioned above, but they're sort of more PvP focused. It's got things like mines, enemy bases, siege vehicles, stuff like that. So there's a lot that you can do there within PvP, and even if you are, say, a PvE player, you can probably still go there, and because of the way that base resilience works, at least be an asset to your team and help your guys out. Now, in terms of the PvE systems, there's just the usual dungeons, raids, scenarios. You can check out my videos on those, and they all have been updated. Also, we have garrisons. This is also something I've covered extensively in videos. So yeah, this video really just came from the systems panel, in which they were talking a lot about things like progressive storylines, say legendary quests at max level, this sort of thing. And the progressive storylines thing, I'm pretty sure this would more happen in like a patch context, Perhaps there will be a few different progressive storylines at max level on launch, but I'm sure that they will be added in as a part of the main story of the new PvE content we get with certain patches. One of the things that I think is really cool is that, well, not really cool, but Netherstorm, actually, its direct equivalent is not accessible on launch, so I'd say this is probably the first zone where we will really see a massive scale of this kind of content. But anyway, that's it for this video. So basically the gist is we're going to be seeing a mixture of the best stuff of early Mists of Pandaria, that being the progressive storylines like in patch 5.1, and we're going to be seeing the best stuff of the end of Mists of Pandaria, and more importantly we're going to be seeing a version of the two which is merged, enhanced, and just better, and with this whole Warlords of Draenor vibe. Overall, I'm very excited for it, and I think it should be great fun. So let me know what you think in the comments. Thanks for watching, and be sure to stay tuned to the channel so that you can keep up on all the newest Blizzcon stuff. I've put out like 22 videos or something ridiculous like that for the event. Anyway, see you later.